guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Naomi T. Grant. If this is your first time here, if this is not your first time here, thank you for tuning back in. I'm a New York City freelance makeup artist and I'm also a lover of fashion. So if you guys are interested in content surrounding beauty, fashion, and lifestyle, make sure that you guys subscribe. Also like this video if you enjoy it. In today's video, I will be showing you guys my first impressions of the new Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. This foundation came out the ending of September, and if you guys are new to my channel, you might not know that I love Nars complexion products. They have some of the best complexion products on the market. They get undertones so well. I was very excited to see that they were going to come out with a new foundation, and this is unlike a foundation that they had before. This is a soft matte, which means that it's going to be matte, but it's not going to be completely matte, so your face is not going to look like powder, you know what I mean? So just want to talk about some of the claims of this foundation. It's supposed to be 16-hour wear, full coverage, natural looking matte foundation that resists shifting shades throughout the day. So when a foundation oxidizes, it means that your face kind of looks gray throughout the day, like it changes color, and it's very strange why it does that, but some foundations just do it, and I guess they wanted to mention that because it's very common for matte foundations to do that. I haven't had any issues with my foundation oxidizing with any of my other Nars foundations. My Fenty Soft Matte or Pro Matte foundation did oxidize, so I'm glad that they said that because I'm gonna be able to see if it actually lives up to the claims. Before we start, I am gonna be wearing this foundation all day, and I wanted to share some ways that I make my makeup last all day long, especially now because we do have to wear masks on when we go outside. I live in New York City. I plan on going to a public place today, so I will be wearing my mask all day. I will be letting you guys know how it holds up with the mask, but I'm not judging it if it does or does not because it doesn't claim to be transfer proof, you know what I mean? But I'm going to try to make it as transfer proof as possible. So the first thing that I do is I'm going to spray my face with the Decay De-Slick. This is their makeup setting spray oil control. They have an all-nighter spray, and if you have that, I would recommend that one. But this one works fine. It's going to control my natural oils, which is going to allow my makeup not to break down throughout the day. And now I'm going to go in with my eye primer, also from Urban Decay. And I'm going to put some in my small lines. And then I'm going to go in with my foundation primer. The foundation primer that I use is from Fenty, and it is their Pro Filt'r Hydrating Primer. They have a soft matte version of the primer, but I like my skin to have like a little bit of a glow to it. That's why I bought this one. I don't like my skin to look too dry. And I figure because this is going to be a matte foundation, I would rather use a hydrating primer to help balance it out so that my skin doesn't look too powdery and too cakey. I do not like my skin to look like that. Okay, so I always let my primer set a little bit, and then I go in with my foundation. Alright, so let's go in with the foundation. The shade that I got is New Caledonia. This is the shade that I have in the natural Longwear Radiant, that long name foundation. I'll pop up a picture of it. And I also use this shade in the Sheer Glow. So I figured if it works well, if that shade works for me in other shades, I will use it in this one. This one is a nice applicator because you can just squeeze it out. I'm always thinking about how great this would be like in a kit if I'm traveling with it, because I'm a makeup artist. This will be amazing to travel with because of how it comes out. I'll probably be using a little bit more than this. I know that for a fact. So I'm going to start applying it. I'm using a buffer brush. This is how I apply my foundation. And the buffer brush is from Juvia's Place. If you guys are interested, I can link the brush down below. I got this in a kit. So far, what I'm seeing with the foundation, which is different from the other Nars foundation, again, the complexion, like you guys can see, this matches my face very well. They really are good when it comes to shades and undertones, but it's not as dewy or hydrated as my other foundations. What I'm seeing is it has amazing coverage, but in person, because it is more of a soft matte or a matte-ish foundation, I feel like I'm seeing more of my texture on my skin. The reason why I like dewy foundations, or not only dewy but radiant foundations is because it allows your skin to look really healthy and natural. Like, healthy skin is hydrated and has a little bit of a shine to it or dew to it. And there's people who honestly have very, very oily skin and need to wear a matte foundation because it helps balance out their skin. So for people like that, I would say, yeah, this is a great foundation option because the color match is like perfect. It is full coverage with just one, like when I was just applying it the first time, it covered up all my blemishes, any little dark marks or anything that I would want to be covered with my foundation. And it also looks really natural. I'm just going in with a little bit more from my forehead. Even I think I pumped too much. See, yeah, I pumped a little bit too much, but it looks very, very natural. Like, I am not a believer of just putting foundation on your face and walking out the house. I think you need to add some definition, add some concealer, add some contour or bronzer or blush, you know, sculpt the face a little bit. But if I did decide to walk out of the house with this foundation, just like this, like, my skin looks really natural. So that I really like. It's not very made up. If you're someone who likes your foundation to look very much like everyday, like your face, not doing a lot, this is a great foundation. This might be a foundation that will be great at work. Okay, so this is the foundation without anything else on it. Just simply the foundation. You guys saw how I applied it. I have to say, Jaden, can you please get out of my shot? Kids, alright? Anyway, so this is how it looks. I have to say the match is superb. I expecting nothing less from Nars. They always know how to get complexion. Like, they hit it on the nail every single time. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. I'm going to check back in after I finish my makeup. I don't want to give too much of my opinion yet because I just applied it. And I will check back in at the end of the day to let you guys know all my thoughts, obviously. Hey guys, okay, so this is my finished look. Lashes, brows, all of that. I will leave all the details down below. I'm going to head out. I'll be out for a few hours. I will check back in. I will be actually wearing a mask. So because I'm going to wear a mask, I don't know, it might transfer a little bit in this area, but I did use the setting spray on my face so that it'll lock it, will lock it all together and it won't move around. I also will be spraying my mask with this, so hopefully it'll allow it to not transfer, but I'm not going to judge it based on whether or not it holds up in this area, especially if I'm wearing a mask all day. I will be letting you guys know how I feel about the foundation, how I feel like it looks on my face over time, and also how I'm going to compare it to the other two foundations that I have from Nars. I have the Sheer Glow and I have the Natural Longwear Radiant Foundation. That one is actually my favorite one. So I will just be giving you guys my overall opinion about it when I get back in. So I'll see you guys. Update on my face. I know I have a mask on, so not only is it probably hard for you to hear me, but really hard for you to see my full face. But it's holding up really nicely. The makeup is holding up very well. You know, you did not just drag me. And I will check in. This is, what time is it? I've only had my makeup on for maybe 3 hours now, but yeah, still on. You have to see my makeup minus the mark of my mask because I've been wearing my mask for the past few hours. I'm just gonna show you guys this side because the other side is not a good representation of the foundation. It's holding up really well. And you know, my skin is like sweating underneath. It's kind of oily, and I think that it's holding up really, really well given the circumstances. Still looks really good. I expect really nothing less from Nars foundations. Good quality. It, you know, it lasts for a long time. So I will keep you guys updated a few more hours later. Hey guys, welcome back. So it's about 9 hours later. It's a little after 8:30, and I think my makeup looks really good. I wore a mask all day. Like, I was out in the public all day. New York City, you almost have no space to take off your mask to breathe. The only time I took off my mask was when I had lunch, and I had it off for maybe like 45 minutes to an hour. But this is how it looks. Before sitting in front of you guys, I did have like a little dent around my nose, and I just went in with the foundation brush that I used to apply my foundation from earlier and just kind of buffed in that area just to add a little bit more coverage, but just to blend it so it doesn't look so crazy. And this is how it looks. I did take off the lipstick because it was a liquid lipstick. My lips look really dry and crazy, so I took that off and put on a lip gloss. But that's the only touch-ups that I did, and you know, my makeup looks really, really nice. So it definitely holds up. I know it's not 16 hours yet, but it's 9 hours, and realistically, the average person, if I was even going, you know, to work regularly like I used to do, I would probably have my makeup on for 9-10 hours. And if it looks like this now, I'm sure it will look nice in 2 hours from now. What are the other claims? It said that it wasn't going to oxidize, and I have to agree, it did not oxidize. I'm very surprised because most matte foundations oxidize, which means that my skin would kind of look gray and have like a gray cast around it, and it's really, really weird. It does not do that at all, and honestly, I'm not surprised. I've never had any issues with any of my Nars foundation oxidizing, so I wouldn't feel like I would have an issue with this one. But because it is a common issue for matte foundations to have that issue, I'm very glad that this is something that I don't have to worry about with this foundation. So really, really good. I do kind of want to talk about how this holds up in comparison to the other two Nars foundations that I spoke about on my channel before. The Natural Radiant Longwear foundation is my favorite, and my second favorite, I have to say, is my Sheer Glow foundation by Nars. I like my skin to have a more dewy or hydrated glow, and this is like the opposite. It's a soft matte, so it is going to make my face look a little bit more matte. I would definitely recommend this for someone with combination oily skin. This is a great Nars foundation for you. If you're someone with dry skin, I wouldn't recommend it. And honestly, if you're someone who really, really loves the Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, I do not think that this soft matte complete foundation is going to take the place of this. I have to say that after I finish this foundation, I don't see myself purchasing it over and over and over again like I've done with this foundation, or even the Sheer Glow. I can see myself purchasing it again, only because I like my skin to look naturally radiant, and this is not that. This is a matte foundation. I don't normally gravitate towards matte foundations. That's just my personal preference. It doesn't mean that this is a bad foundation. I think this is a wonderful foundation. It does everything that it claims to do. The color match was on point. My skin looked great, as you guys can see when I first applied it. It's a great, great, great foundation, and I think that if you're someone who falls along the lines of someone who wants a foundation that's a little bit matte, someone who has combination to oily skin, or even someone who just personally prefers to have a matte foundation, this is a great matte foundation to have in your makeup kit. But for me, I like more radiant stuff, so I'll probably keep gravitating to it. But I don't regret the purchase. I don't feel like I'll return it. I know that I'm going to use this foundation. I'm going to get tons of use out of it, and I'm very, very happy that I got to try it. And more importantly, I'm glad that I was able to share my thoughts on it with you guys to help you guys make a decision on whether or not you wanted to purchase it yourself. But I'm tired of wearing these lashes, and I'm so ready to take them off, so I'm going to take off my makeup. And trust me, I will try to feature this foundation in the future. If I'm not doing a makeup tutorial using it, I will definitely be wearing it in one of my videos, and I'll let you guys know so you guys can see like the things that I purchase and talk about on my channel. I actually for real use. Like, I buy stuff with my real money, and I for real use my stuff. So just to keep you guys updated on my thoughts on it, this is my first impressions, of course, so my opinion is subject to change. If it does change, I will update you guys. For today's video, I hope you guys found all of the information that I had in this video very helpful. If you guys have any further questions about the foundation, feel free to link them and, you know, ask me all of those questions down below. I'll be linking all the products that I spoke about in this video down below, as well as the products that I did use on my face. Even though I didn't show you guys what I use, I will link it down below if you guys are interested as well. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure that you guys subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time that I post. Like this video if you enjoy it, and share it with a friend who you think might find this information helpful. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!